Hello, fellow self-publishers. My name is Bethany Stahl, and I am a full-time author. Today, I'm going to be answering a huge question that so many of you have had, and it is about social media. So, at the end of 2020, I put out a post on my Facebook and my Instagram that I was saying goodbye to those platforms and I would no longer be using them. I got a flood of you asking me, why are you doing this? What do you mean? Why are you doing this? Like, don't get rid of your social media. And I'm not getting rid of my social media. I'm getting rid of Facebook and Instagram. That is not on my social media. My absolute favorite thing is YouTube, and I really love connecting to you guys in this way. I feel like between the comments and a lot of you who watch me on YouTube are self-pub patrons, between those two groups, I feel completely involved with all of you, and also my audience who read my books, and they'll ignore all these author videos and they just watch my animations. But I still get to engage with them on YouTube, and then I also have them on my email list when I announce new books coming out and things of that sort through my website. But Facebook and Instagram recently had a terms of service update, which is like really alarming, and I'm not trying to be one of those people who are like, the internet, but their terms of service are just something that I myself just can't agree with. And because of that, I have just decided, it's time to step away from those platforms. So if you haven't heard about the new terms of service, they've basically updated it to where they can access all information about you. I will link videos explaining this in a variety of ways, from comedians to people who are very straightforward about it. But it is just a huge breach of privacy, in my opinion. And I just don't feel like it's necessary. And with Facebook, I've been noticing in the past few years that people using Facebook has greatly declined. And I've never used Facebook personally. I used to use it back when I was in high school, and then I deleted it by the time I went to college. And the only reason I ever had a Facebook again was so I could manage my business page. But I really didn't like it, and now with the update, it's just severely declining. And my audience of children's book parents, not children's book parents, that would be crazy. I feel like I'm a children's book parent. Occasionally, like every 3 months, I give birth to a children's book. But sorry, parents of children in my age bracket aren't really on Facebook anymore. So if you look at the trend of Facebook data, it's shifting to an older audience, which is not my target audience. So I am not losing much, and my engagement with Facebook started to decline rapidly last year, and I am not going to be missing anything, because those people who did really want to engage with me, they will follow me to whatever next platform and or are already on my mailing list on my website. So they're already in the loop. And then with Instagram, I just felt a lot of pressure with Instagram to post all the time, and I didn't want to over advertise my books. I also wanted to share stuff of my personal life, and I thought that would be a really fun way to really share like personal things I was doing and have that little bit of a deeper connection to you guys. But it turned out to be harmful for myself, just because it started attracting people who were not interested in my books and people who were not interested in anything aside from stalking, and it became a really strange situation to where I no longer felt comfortable posting photos of myself. So I removed all of those photos, and then those people like messaged me noticing that like, oh, where'd your photos go? And it was really creepy and it freaked me out a little bit, which is why I didn't do face videos for the longest time on YouTube. As I'm sure you guys probably noticed, I just stopped recording videos with my face in them because I had gotten just really annoyed at some of these people on Instagram who were stalking me. And then they would like point out like all these little things that like everybody already knows. Like one of the things they were like, oh, we know you have endometriosis. And it's like, okay, I wrote a book about it like everybody does, which is why I'm repping it so hard in these videos lately, because I don't care. Like, you're not going to make me feel bad about being myself. And anyways, I slowly started pulling back from Instagram as a platform in general, and I felt that I, again, was losing touch with my actual audience. So I wasn't reaching authors, I wasn't reaching parents, or educators who would be interested in my books. That audience started getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and Instagram usage is also starting to slowly decline because it's so much advertising now. Nobody wants to be advertised to nonstop. If I just constantly, if every single one of my YouTube videos were like, hey, did you know I wrote a book? Do you want to buy my book? My book is awesome. Nobody would watch these videos. And I too don't want to get advertised to all the time. Like, so I decided it was best to just go ahead and say goodbye to those platforms, not only for the terms of service, but for also my own sanity and for my own personal comfort. And also my audience had slowly left me. So I want to stay engaged with you all, and that's why I left. But in saying this, so many authors messaged me asking, does this mean I should delete my account? Are you suggesting that everybody delete their account? Should I no longer post? And no, post, please do. Like, don't take everything I do as what you should do. And that's really important. All of our journeys are super different. And if you have not had a problem on either of those platforms, if the terms of service don't bother you at all, that's totally fine. Engage. If your audience is there, engage with them. Use that to the best of your abilities. It's just not best for me anymore and what I want out of my life and for my own mental health and for my audience, and terms of service were just kind of creepy. So no, it's just a personal decision I made. So no, you do not have to delete it. I am not recommending you delete it. I am recommending you do what you are comfortable with. And that goes for any platform. Some of these platforms are just not for me. And that's okay, because some of these platforms aren't for you. So I did want to say that. And I also, some of you guys messaged me and asked to buy my account. And one, that's against terms of service. But also, don't worry about the number of followers you have on any platform. This goes beyond Instagram. So for Facebook, the number of likes, or YouTube, your subscribers, or anything, any followers of any kind. For so long, I focused on the number, and oh my gosh, if I don't have, 1,000 followers, I'm not important. Then once I hit that, if I don't have 5,000 followers, then I'm not important. And I know on Instagram, the big thing to do is to get 10,000 followers so you can get the swipe up in your stories for the link. And these goals are not goals that we should necessarily be focusing on, because those numbers mean nothing if the audience isn't engaging with you. And I say this all the time, and I truly hope you guys understand when I say this. Somebody who has a die-hard audience who absolutely loves them of 100 followers or 100 likes or whatever, those 100 are so much more important than the person over there who has 50,000 followers, but none of them actually care who they are. They're not engaged. They're not paying attention. So really focus on who's engaging with you, who cares about you, who genuinely wants to see your content, who wants to see your books, who wants to engage with your website, who is clicking on those emails when you send out your emails. Those are the people who matter. And whether that's one person, whether that's 20,000 people, as long as they care about you, that's what matters. So don't worry about collecting this arbitrary number of followers. That doesn't matter. They're not going to buy your book. You know, it's just, I think it's a huge disservice to yourself to get wrapped up in that social media game of, oh, my post only got 30 likes, so-and-so's post got 100, and so-and-so's post got 1,000, and so-and-so's post got, 52,000 likes. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because likes and all of that stuff does not translate into sales. It doesn't translate into readership. And like I said on Instagram, I had a majority of people on Instagram who were following me were not parents. They were not authors. They were never ever going to engage with any of my content. So they were just people. And while those people are cool to connect with, for my business, it just didn't make sense to stay connected to an audience that wasn't actually what my business is about. So I hope this has made sense. And again, just do your own journey, because this journey is yours. You can take this and shape this any way you want. So I hope this video has helped, and I truly, truly hope you guys focus on your own journeys. And I think I say this in every video: compare yourself to yourself and make your goals about you. Don't make your goals about anybody else, because you can't compare yourself to anybody else because of how individual this career is. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you all next time. Happy publishing. Go over and check out BethanyStahl.com/classes. Here is my beautiful creation of all the information I have provided so far, organized into different sections so you can follow along, or if you're looking for help in one specific area, you can access all the resources I have built so far on each area. And I am building up my resources every week for you guys, so I am trying to build a really helpful helping hand for all of you. A lot of it is free, and some of it is exclusive for my self-pub Patreon members, which is the best way to get in contact with me if you have any additional questions or need additional help. So if you are really trying to get into contact with me, Patreon would be the best way. Good luck and happy publishing.